Hey everyone, welcome to our introduction to options trading. In this video, we'll break down the basics of options, why they exist, and how you can use them to potentially make a buck or two in the market, or strategically to protect your investment.
Before we jump into options trading strategies and the technicals around them, let's first talk about the basic definitions of options and discuss why they even exist. Simply put, an option is a contract that gives you the right, but not the obligation to buy or sell a stock at a specific price on or before a set or certain date. Now, there are two main types of options available. First one is a call option. These give you the right to buy shares at a set price at a set date, and put options, and these give you a right to sell the shares at a set price and date.
The price you agree upon is called the strike price, and the date the option expires is known as the expiration date. So with this out of the way, let's say you bought a call option for XYZ stock. The strike price is $100 and it expires 30 days from now. That means that for the next 30 days, you have the right, but not the obligation, to buy 100 shares of XYZ stock at $100 per share.
Let's say during the time you own the option, XYZ starts trading at, let's say, 110 per share. The call options you bought gives you the right to buy the stock for only $100 per share, even if it's trading $10 higher. How cool is that?
Now, instead of the call, let's say that you bought a put option, and that put option has a strike price of $100, and that expires also in 30 days. This will allow you to sell your stock or put your stock to somebody at $100 a share at any time during the next 30 days, no matter where the stock goes.
Well, let's say that you own the put option and the stock drops down, it tanks to $50 per share. Well, you own a put option. That gives you the right to sell the stock at 100, even though the current market value is only 50.
So you have a much better sale price than if you were to just sell the stock at the current market value. Make sense?
But why might someone actually want to buy an option? Let's break it down using an example that anyone should be able to understand. Imagine you just bought your dream home. It's a beautiful house in a neighborhood you've always wanted to live in. To protect that asset, you buy homeowners insurance.
This insurance protects your home in case something unexpected happens, like a fire or a natural disaster. The concept here is simple. You're paying a premium to protect yourself from the financial loss associated with your home's value dropping due to unforeseen events.
Now let's switch it up. Instead of being a homeowner, let's say you're an investor who has just bought 100 shares of XYZ stock at $100 per share, costing you $10,000. Just like the property value, stock prices can fluctuate, and in extreme cases, they can drop significantly. Your total risk in this investment is the $10,000 that you spent on the stock. Just like you purchased an insurance policy to protect your dream home, you can also buy insurance for your stock investment. This is where options come into play. Specifically, you could buy a put option, which by definition, a put option gives you the right, but not the obligation, to sell your stock at an agreed upon price on or before a set or a particular date.
To recap, you own a stock, and to protect your investment, you decide to buy a put option, much like you bought the insurance for your dream home. Simple enough, right? But remember, for every option you buy, someone had to sell it to you. So who's on the other side of it? It could be any trader willing to accept your risk in exchange for a payment, just like an insurance provider takes on the risk for your home in exchange for your premium. This is the basic idea behind options. Someone has risk, but is willing to pay someone else to take on that risk, much like you pay an insurance provider to cover potential losses on your dream home. That's the basic idea of options. An investor has the risk, but they're willing to pay someone to take away their risk, and the person who gets paid now assumes that investor's risk.
So how does this work in the markets? Buying a put option is like buying an insurance on your stock. Imagine you just bought shares in the company that you believe in. You want to protect your investment against potential losses, so you pay a premium, and in return, you have the right to sell your shares at the strike price, even if the market drops below that. This is like having car insurance. You hope you never need it, but it's sure good to have just in case.
On the flip side, let's say there's a stock you really want to own, but it's just too expensive to buy a lot of shares. Instead of saving up for months or years, you could buy call options.
When you buy a call option, you pay a small premium for the right to purchase the shares at the strike price in a later date. If the stock goes up, like you predicted, then you can exercise your option and buy the shares at a discount. This allows you to control more shares with less upfront capital.
Now, when the buyer has an options contract and uses it, this is called exercising. As options traders, Unless our strategies dictate, we will often choose not to exercise them and instead trade them like a stock with the goal of buying low and selling high, or selling high and buying low. Now that you understand how options function, in the next video, we'll talk about how options work in the markets for options traders. Until next time, make it a profitable day. Stay focused on the quest to becoming a great trader. Keep crushing it. And remember, you're just one trade away. Click here to check out another one of our great training videos.